Alright, we're live.
Alright, let me see if it's gonna pop up.
Let me just turn off OBS for not the display for a second.
Live. Is the audio working? Let's find out. Alright, I can hear me. And I can hear you. Perfect. Alright, looks like it's working, and I'm gonna go throw this link through Twitter if I can pull it up.
Alright, I am going to do the same. The health is good. I'm gonna link this right now, and I'm gonna put it here.
Almost got it. Just about.
Alright.
And link. Alright, hopefully sure. What's up?
Alright, let me just put it somewhere else.
Are you?
Did you feed Frankie?
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Alright, do it.
That's just my brother. He's gonna feed the dog, because the dog living is a good thing. You want to keep that dog alive.
Alright.
Alright, and oh, there's a person! Yay, we're not alone.
Alright, no more black screen. And we have no longer a black screen. This is going to be good.
Alright, sweet. I just messing around in the chat.
Alright.
Don't worry about it. It's nothing important.
It's fine. It's fine. To anyone watching, hello. I am SS Darkest, and this is Lazerhawk. And Lazerhawk, would you like to say why you are here?
I am here because I was invited here by Darkest, and it says discussing drama with Lazerhawk. But I feel like this is going to turn into Lazerhawk teaching you how to not make a fool of yourself on the internet, because that's really what this is. Because I've been recently, in a long while back, I've been like drawn into like dumb conversation after dumb conversation with people that just like fail to use evidence, fail to use facts, and make up lies. And I've done my absolute best to dispel said lies, but here we are. I mean, it's calmed down a lot. I haven't had any issues. Just like it stopped just a day ago. So also, a warning before we continue, I do not want anyone going after these people and contacting them and harassing them, because that would be completely counterproductive. All of the stuff that I will be talking about, all of it, as far as I know, unless I correct myself during the stream, has been dealt with, and those issues are no longer a problem. But these are issues that we're going to look back on and try to learn from, because I feel like a lot of people haven't learned from these experiences.
Yes, so I'm going to pull up the Google Doc, and the Google Doc is in the link in the description, so anyone who is watching can look at said Google Doc and look at the evidence themselves. Yeah. So,
well, it's not a Google Doc, it's a Google Drive folder, but
Google
Drive. It's just a bunch of screenshots. Also, another thing, before anyone complains about me screenshotting a bunch of people's stuff, the only person that has a right to get angry is Nick the Awesome, because I leaked a lot of information from our DMs. But everything else is from Twitter, and that's public domain. And if people are upset that I use public domain evidence, well, that's on them.
So which one are we going to start first with? One of the four.
Oh man, let me pull it up.
Underground Realm, Romance Wire, Nick the Awesome, or
let's see. I'm trying to find which one. I'm trying to find whichever one goes back furthest. But even kind of all of them are pretty intertwined. Here, let's start with the Underground Realm.
All right, let's start with that.
I think that's as far back as I'm really going.
And
right
all these are in order, correct?
I've organized them the best I can.
Got it. I'm gonna click up the first one. So the first one we're seeing here is.
Oh yeah, I retitled all of the screenshots. They all have their own titles now, and they are numbered. So yes, they are in order. The screenshots are in order.
All right, let's discuss about the first one. Tell us about this first one right here.
Okay, so the first tweet was about the Underground Rift. I noticed they used a background that my girlfriend actually, Mirror Marvel, uses for her videos, and it was made by Robert Who. Now, before we continue, I claim that's art theft here. If you scroll over to the second screenshot, I have an update saying that Robert Who says that all of his art is open to the public, but we both came to consensus that since a background was made for Mirror's projects, Mirror has to get permission for other people to use that art. And so, like, again, this issue's been solved. I just want to let be known that, like, this issue of art theft, it wasn't really art theft, so that's a whoopsie on my end. But it's still ground down to the art was not made for their group to use, and they didn't credit the background artist until after I bugged them about it, when they take the first picture and said background made by, I think it was Proud Critic. The background artist was not given. Like, they did not name Robert Who until after it, and then they added a reply to that tweet saying background by @Robert Who, his Twitter. But again, like, the fact that they were so negligent to do that was pretty obscene. And yeah, but again, the issue has been solved, and you guys don't need to go hound down the Underground Realm. That it's over.
All right, now to the third one. So tell us about. Do you know any of these two people that you've been discussing with, Dark Flare and Chase the Gamer?
I copied all of the tweets just to prove that I wasn't trying to hide stuff. Dark Flare put up the argument Robert could have let him use it, and then, like I said, he was not crediting the original tweet, so I did it.
Oh,
And then Dark Flare says, well, time to start slapping people. Dark Flare is from the Rift City, a group that I'm the current leader of. So, like, I know Dark Flare, he's a nice guy, and I do appreciate him trying to give the Underground Rift it's now the Underground Realm, the benefit of the doubt. But even then, like, and the Underground Realm, I guarantee you, has not made any of the backgrounds that I've seen, because it doesn't match any of their art styles. None of the backgrounds fit the art, especially Romance Writer, because Romance Writer uses vectors from all different people and doesn't make most of her own vectors. So you can tell when stuff's not made by her, and, like, it does not take a genius to realize that she doesn't make the backgrounds for that group. And also, update with that, Romance Writer is no longer in the group. But yeah, and then Chud the Gamer, he's in the Rift City and the Underground Realm, and the tweets with him is basically him just being upset that the Underground Realm did this, and the whole Underground Realm got blamed for something that Chod had nothing to do with. Chod made a very reasonable argument. Chod had nothing to do with it, but because this was a post under the Underground Realm Twitter, that Twitter theoretically is representing the whole group, and the fact that they made a tweet that did this was like a huge red flag, because a lot of people in that group did not support the use of that vector, but they didn't have a say in it either.
And I'm guessing this also goes with Danger 1652.
Yeah, he said always happens to me in real life. There's a tweet that was deleted that was made by Chud. I can't remember what Chud said, and I don't have it. But I mean, Chud is a nice guy as well, and he's kind of a victim in this, because he had nothing to do with the art theft. Well, I say art theft, but again, it really wasn't. That's why I titled tweet misused art for, like, because they misused art because they took the art without permission from the creator or the person who the art was intended for. And then Pat Rex, he just made a funny in the next one, made a funny little post of the GIF that says "Get Out." It's a Doctor Who reference.
Yes, and we're looking through.
Again,
I see this thing by
Pat
Angel
Rex doesn't really add anything. He just vocalizes everyone's anger. And then Quantum Flash, my brother, face palming. Again, just vocalizing people's stuff. Jessica Pedley says, "What the hell?" Angel Heart, maybe it was a good idea to remove that banner from your Twitter.
What is he referencing?
That banner that I was talking about with the stolen art. Well, again, misused art. They had it on their Twitter. They've taken it down from their YouTube and Twitter. I can't remember what the current Twitter is. I know the YouTube is fixed, and I'm okay with it. Sort of. I still think it's a stolen background. The only issue is I can't argue that because I don't know where the background comes from.
And also, let's look at. And then F1 was saying it's not even good art. Of course.
Yeah. Again, most of the I capture all these because I'm a person that likes to. I value transparency, and I don't want people to think that I am, skipping out. I think, but this whole fiasco could have been avoided if the Underground Realm made any of their backgrounds, or were at least kind enough to ask permission before stealing stuff.
Got it. So who do you want next, Nick, Abiding, or Romance?
Let's go with Romance because Romance usually leads to Nick's problems. So let's start with the first one.
All right, let's look at this.
All right, so this is me talking about. So let's see. The picture on the left is her blocking me recently. The picture on the right is her blocking me a long while back. She blocked me the first time because I was making videos about her. AKA, if you look at my channel, there's a video that explains why Romance Writer and Jakey Arnold are no longer in the Rift City. And at least 7 minutes of that video, probably more, was devoted to debunking lies that Romance had expressed over the internet. They were for everyone to see. There is some stuff where I got a DM from someone who will remain anonymous. But I got DMs from someone where Romance Writer was talking behind the Rift City's back and accused us of rigging the vote, saying we didn't help her, even though a lot of times when we asked if she wanted to talk about things, she would just brush it off.
All right.
So again, the whole video was about me explaining all of the BS that Romance had been spilling, and she admitted it when she sent me a message later about it.
Okay, we're going into the second screenshot, just letting you know.
Oh yeah, sure thing, that's fine.
And
and then these are just her responses. And in fact, all these responses is one chain because Aiding Amethyst was so annoying. Sometimes she would reply to one of my tweets 3 different times, so it started different chains. So I only copied the one, and if you guys want to look at it, as long as Aiding Amethyst doesn't have you blocked, you'll be fine. You can see the whole thing.
All right, let's go through each one.
But yeah, okay, so it's...
To be honest, the second picture was rather insulting. I may not know a lot about friendship, but I doubt making fun of her will allow her to unblock you.
Alright. And then... Sorry, I was eating.
And then you will respond, and if I remember, she even tweeted at Lightning Bliss and others to look at this.
Ooh, that was something that happened a while back. That's in Aiding Amethyst folder. We can look at that next if you want.
Alright, let me just skim through these.
But yeah, basically, so I said, no, I'm not looking to be unblocked because I'm totally fine with people blocking me. If they see me as annoying or irritating, that's fine. That's fair. But what's dumb is that Romance blocked me purely out of hatred, and because she was... I'm assuming it's because she was tired of me proving her wrong all the time.
And also, there's a one, Bitmaker.
Here, you must have scrolled... Okay, Bitmaker, let's see.
Yeah, I'm just scrolling through them as you're talking.
The sixth one, yeah, the sixth one is the best one for that. So it goes, you're in the wrong here, not her, dude. Want to explain how that is? I'm more than happy to listen so long as you have logic or evidence to back this claim of yours. You made fun of her in a video, which you later took down. I never took down any video. The only videos I have that are privatized... that are privatized on my channel right now are me doing test live streams so that I know they work. I literally cannot think of any other videos that have been privatized except, oh wait, one stupid Nightcore video I did because I redid that same song later. So I took down the first one.
Yeah.
But again, so I didn't take down the video, so that's a lie. And I didn't make fun of her art. This is a stupid claim that people kept trying to say that I made fun of her art, when in actuality, I was telling Romance that someone made a tweet about her art. It says it right there, at Romance Writer. That second picture is by me, at Romance Writer. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there are some passive-aggressive vibes here.
And what do you mean by that?
Yeah, the first tweet was it was actually my brother who was upset that Romance Writer's art hasn't improved like over a year. It still looks about the same. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let Romance see this and see what happens. And you know what she does? She blocks both me and my brother, and it's hilarious because it's not because we were wrong. It's not because we were bullying or harassing her. It's just because we said something she didn't like. That's what annoys me, is the fact that she's not, once again, not feeling, she's not, like, blocking people that harass her or like, cyberbullying her. She's blocking people because they disagree with her. And it's really just sad and pathetic, because, like, she keeps running away from her problems and not dealing with them. And I've heard some excuses from her and from her used-to-be boyfriend, Nick, and it's all BS. Like, the best excuse I've heard for them is that her mother was it was Nick and her mother were the people to tell her to leave the Rift City if it got too toxic. Which, in all honesty, the only really, I guess, somewhat toxic thing that happened was kicking Red and Jakey leaving. Other than that, well, in the arguments between Pat Rex and Jakey, but other than that, there was really nothing wrong with it. So supposedly Nick and her mother were telling her to leave the group, and she planned on leaving, but then left early, mainly because Pat Rex is the master of debunking BS, and Pat Rex is like one of my favorite members in that group because he is like he is a low to none to zero tolerance for BS. Like,
yeah,
I try to be more sympathetic, but like Pat Rex has the ability of, like, he doesn't take BS. Like, you can't, like, and you'll see that in his tweets, like, and why I like to see some of his tweets. Now, they're not very helpful, most of them, but, like, it's, like, you can see that Pat Rex is not the person that takes BS. Like, when someone is trying to spew lies about the group, Pat Rex ain't having it.
Someone saying this is not an explanation, it is a ramble.
Oh, sorry. Okay. My apologies. I do ramble a lot. But, like, okay. Just, I guess to summarize this chain of, like, responses. So, it's majority aiming Amethyst, making pointless arguments with me, and then just basically being really annoying, and I'll explain that later.
And now we're going to abiding. But before we go to that, I've seen recently that Romance is saying that her and Nylon are not together anymore. Does that have to go?
It's Nick the Awesome. Yes, they broke up.
I'm guessing it's because of all this backlash.
Yeah, it's not admiring Amethyst. She was dating Nick the Awesome. So Romance and Nick the Awesome were dating. They recently broke up, and, like, I doubt this is a lot. I doubt they're lying about that, because that would be really dumb. But yeah, both Nick and Romance broke up recently, which is sad to see. I think I've talked to Nick a fair bit, and one of the reasons, I won't go into details about, like, their breakup and stuff because I don't know well enough, as well as the fact they're keeping a lot of it confidential. But there were times where Nick was thinking about breaking up with Romance just because he was sick about all of the drama that was happening. Drama that him and his friends perpetuated by lying on the internet and literally making the Underground Realm, just because the Underground Realm was made a few days after Romance Writer left. So everyone looking at the Underground Realm just assumes that it was made out of spite. But nowadays it's under new management. I'm going to assume that they've had like a 180 and they're doing better now.
I want to say something because Angel Heart has a lot of information about this.
Yeah, but I think, yeah, and Angel Heart made some good videos about the Underground Realm. If you don't know Angel Heart, he's doing a fair good job these days, at least with the Underground Realm.
His group, I don't remember the name, but the group is looking into all this stuff.
Black Suit, Red Tie. Black Suit, Red Tie, or something like that.
And the thing is, with Black Suit, Red Tie, from what the information that I've been gathering, the new leader is acting worse, if I would recall, because he is wanting full control of the underground and not having any votes.
I think last time I checked, it was a tie between three people tied it, and it was a three-way tie between Shadow Wizard, Swiftblade, and Transformers Brett. And,
it was Transformers. Angel Heart's been talking about Transformer, if I remember, to me about it.
Are you in? Wait, are you in that Skype group?
Wait, it's a Skype group?
Okay, so that means you're not in the group. Good, because I don't want you to get kicked out for leaking information. Because I know recently someone got kicked out for leaking.
No,
information.
this is what Angel Heart has been telling me all this time. That
try to keep it hush hush because we don't want to. You don't want to leak information because he might be onto something. But anyway, Angel Heart has done a pretty amazing job with addressing a lot of the issues that I had and issues I didn't know about with the Underground Realm. And I must, like I said, I'm going to assume they're doing better now, but I just don't know because I still think that nowadays the group has lost like all of its motivation because all the main members are gone because they were all controversial.
I want to say this, and this might sound weird without context, but this is all reminding me of another group. I think you know what I'm going to say. Is it the death of Emu? Yes.
Emu? Yeah, but Emu wasn't built on like a bunch of jerks. Like the Underground Realm, as soon people were just being thrown into it without having proper like checks for whether or not they even make content. People were just being thrown into it, and then so many people had to get kicked out later because there was one person who was like harassing Wubcake. There was one person who tried to defend one of the announced pedophiles. There was another. Nick was kicked out for like talking to Quillstroke without Quillstroke. Like he messaged Quillstroke and there was no build up to this conversation. He just randomly messaged Quillstroke and started acting creepy around her. And then romance. Well, I've got like 2 to 3 videos talking about romance. I don't think we really need.
We don't need more. Now we're looking at abiding.
So,
with the first guy named.
Yeah. Well, firstly, there's the block. I didn't properly order these, but anyway, we'll just start with Blackbird because he's right here. Blackbird, the one like good person to respond to this tweet, the one person to add constructive criticism. So I was talking about how Aiding Amethyst was lied about 2 things on their Twitter that anyone can prove because I did it in a matter of minutes. I just looked through their tweets and see where they crossed their fingers behind their back. So Blackbird's just saying this is why the Brony community is getting worse, is because there's dumb disputes like this and people won't walk away. And that's totally agree. I totally agree with Blackburn. And in the next screenshot, I say, very good point. I will just say that this person is lying about me and my friends, and I was not going to stand for it. I don't want people to go to this person for information because they are unreliable. Now in the future, I will definitely try to restrain myself. Thank you. So again, a lot of the issues is like there's so many petty pointless arguments I had with Aiding Amethyst, but the issue is they wouldn't shut up. They just kept going on and on and on, and I would just go debunk, debunk, debunk one after the other, at least to the best of my abilities with only 140 characters. But this person just kept bugging me, and they never they never quote unquote win because they never make a solid argument because they don't use evidence to back their claims, and they don't really listen to what I have to say.
Yeah, and with this next one, why did you...
Oh, okay, so this, a while back, there was a tweet where this person tweeted at Lightning Bliss, Silver Quill, Mad Munchkin. That's the last tweet in this set, I think. But she tweeted all these people saying the Rift City is a bunch of jerks, and it was hilarious because all the responses on that tweet were, where's the evidence? So then I make a tweet asking them to take it down because it was a bunch of lies. So they take down their whole Twitter for a while. They bring back their Twitter, and they forgot to delete that tweet. They later deleted the tweet. And then when they came back, they said, "Hi guys, it's me again. And I decided this account will still be active, and I'm back. I have learned to keep my nose in my own business, and from now on, this is only an account in which I will be asking questions and posting updates on my YouTube and etc. Glad to be back. Then later, this is them going back on their word. They are contacting a romance writer because she wasn't feeling good. Skip over one. And she promised, so one, she promised to block both me and romance writer. She didn't block romance writer because this is taken from the promise to block romance writer. Romance and I was 3 hours, and if you scroll back to images, she contacted her 44 minutes after 44 minutes. So the timestamps don't match up. She contacted her after promising to block her. So she never blocked her, so she lied. And she also said she'd keep her nose out of her own business. And as I've mentioned, she sent me multiple tweets bugging me about what I've said about romance blocking me. All of this happened in, well, at least her going back on these two promises happened within like 48 hours.
Oh, someone's asking about the Rift City.
Wait, what's the Rift City? Okay, the Rift City is a brony group. It's basically like the cafe, like the Rift Cafe, but it's run by different people, and there's it's more smaller YouTubers, and we focus more on doing live streams than podcasts, and we also focus a lot more on doing group projects than the cafe does, because the cafe hardly makes anything, at least on the cafe channel.
It's more of the people of the channel go and work with the others, not the channel itself, basically.
Well, no, well, we try to work for the group channel.
No, I mean...
Well, the person doesn't know what the Rift Cafe is. Mate, where have you been? This is the Brony fandom. If you don't know what the cafe is, you're... someone needs to get this guy a map. He doesn't... Okay, the Rift Cafe is like is a group of analyst bronies that talk about MLP stuff, MLP stuff like that. So it was first a cafe, then a bunch of other groups spawned from it, and the Rift City is a much more recent installment of this like chain of like analyst groups. But again, the Rift City is mainly just a brony group that tries to work together, and it's a way for people to hang out and chat.
It's more of a place where I would guess is that like a group project, or that you want to show, it's like someone's making a Rift City speed paint, they put it on the Rift City, or it's like someone made a nice little music for the Rift City, or it's like, or someone wants to do a gaming podcast, a gaming live stream, or have a podcast.
It's mainly live streams where we talk about, we either like have a live stream talking about the show, or we have a Patrick's been hosting gaming live streams, which a lot of people have really enjoyed. We've also had talked about other things and stuff like that. But again, it's just mainly a group that focuses on streaming and chatting and hanging out with people. And I think why I pride myself most with the Rift City is that we don't focus on the Burnalysis A team. Like, the cafe is always about the A team. It's always about like Lightning Blitz, Silver Quill, Josh Gorcher, Dr. Wolf, like the big people, and that's what I like about the Rift City, is that it's more spread out. But anyway, that's a side tangent. I guess to summarize this the Aiding Amethyst folder, it's mainly me just addressing that the person was unreliable because they kept lying about the Rift City, as well as the fact that the person mainly just kept bugging me with arguments that didn't have any value. And I really don't know what their motivation was. I think they're friends with romance. That's what I'm assuming. But like,
all right,
yeah. Oh, sorry.
And now we're next to Nick.
Okay. Here we go. Nick the Awesome.
And this one is a public one. The first one, because it's DeviantArt.
Yeah, first one is public, and the rest are just Skype screenshots because I wanted to talk more about this person because he's just kind of a jerk. But anyway, so he made a DeviantArt post, which I might add has been removed. So clearly, he messed up. He made a post like saying that the Brony fandom was dead and dying, and he's leaving and never coming back, and it was really dramatic. And he loved using the caps lock as he screamed that the Brony fandom is dead and is dying and will die soon and stuff like that. And it's really not helpful. But anyway, so I made a comment. If you're leaving the fandom, then why are you going to BronyCon? He said he was leaving the fandom, but also said he was still going to BronyCon. So I guess it makes sense if he paid for it, but other than that, still dumb. Also, I'm sure the fandom will survive. It's going. I should have said it's going through. It's going through a pretty nasty phase. It might shrink a lot, but I'm sure. But I'm sure it's going to stick around for quite some time. And then his response is, "Oh, run along, you person that can't take criticism on romance. Now beat it." And he blocked me after that. I'm like, that had nothing to do with anything that I said. He just blocks me, like romance, because he hates me. Not because I'm wrong. Not because I'm bullying or harassing him. Just because he hates me, because he doesn't like the fact that I prove him wrong.
And now to the personal stuff.
Yeah,
and
okay,
keep in mind with everyone here, did you make sure to not show his name on Skype?
Not show his name on Skype. I don't think it comes up actually. Here, don't show it yet. I'm gonna quickly scroll through it because all I can see is icon right now.
Yeah, and also, if you guys try to find him, do not find him. Do not.
Yeah, he's just gonna block you anyway if you try to bug him about things.
But still,
if he blocks you because you hunted him down just to bug him, then that's on you. I can't stop you. I can't stop him from blocking you. And if you're just there to bug him, he has all the right to block you. And again, I said earlier, I don't want people to go after these people that I mentioned because a lot of these issues have already been addressed. I'm just talking about it to sort of show you that lying publicly on the internet does not get you far in life. In fact, most of the time, it makes you incredibly hated and people stop liking you.
Okay, we are on the first screenshot.
Yeah, so it's just his icon. So this was my tweet about the whole stealing the art thing. Again, like I said, Robert Who was amazing and cleared up the situation, did a fantastic job. Thank you, Robert Who. But again, they still used it without permission. And then he says he wasn't a part of it. And like I said, because it was on the Underground Realms Twitter, the whole group gets thrown under the bus because they messed up. And then he said he wasn't involved with it. And he also says he left again. Nick left before in the past, then came back, and he left again. And I believe this is the time when Nick left for the last time. He was done.
And then the next one.
Yeah, next one. Let's see. So then I asked who's leading it, and again, Danger was like the stand-in, but then there was also Transformers Brett was also a stand-in, and then later, like I said, their whole leadership issue is really strange and bizarre. But from last I checked, it's a tie between Shadow, Transformer, and Swift. If not, I think Swiftblade might have won if they did a tiebreaker yet, because I think Swift has been doing more work than everyone else, mainly because Swift actually makes videos. But other than that,
I had to double down on the evidence and from the person.
Well, he's
that
the only one that's made. He's the only. Swift is the only person from the Underground Realm to make a video for the Underground Realm.
Because from what I hear, it's Transformer. And from what I'm hearing,
if it's Transformer, I have less faith in this group.
Because I heard that because if this is true, then Transformer
trying to rise to power. Apparently,
yeah, that's what I keep hearing from my informant.
Yeah, but we'll see how it goes.
All right, now this second one, January 29th, 2018, about something about TF2. Yeah,
he mentions the current. It's a Kirshen Bat Pony kills. Okay, so he's talking about Danger. Anyway, so that's funny that Nick doesn't even know the people that was in his old group. Nice job, Nick. But anyway, that's not really relevant. Then they talk about a peace deal. There's a peace deal between the Underground Realm and Angel Heart. And basically the deal was Angel Heart would stop making videos on them if they kicked out everyone that was a jerk. So meaning Sonic Gamer, Romance Writer, Nick the Awesome, and probably other people that I don't know of, but that was the agreement they had, so you don't need to really focus on that. Go to the third one, I believe is the one we are on. Ooh.
It's the... Alright.
Okay, and then, yeah, so then it comes to Nick trying to blame me.
For stalking art?
No. Nick is trying to blame me for the group falling apart. And for his girlfriend for being upset. So let's see, it goes, let's see, I'm sure what could have gone wrong though. Angel good stop making videos. What's the difference in good? Oh yeah, and then Nick has a tendency to threaten suicide, which to those of you out there, threatening suicide is now suicide is no joking matter. Suicide is a serious issue. But if you try to threaten suicide to try to guilt trip people or say that you're going to commit suicide just because you can't handle the fact that you messed up and your actions have consequences, that is just pathetic. I actually have a person who has attempted suicide, and that's because they had real problems. They had problems like a terrible family and poor living conditions. They had actual, like, they had diagnosed depression and anxiety and stuff like that. They had real mental illnesses. They have real struggles in real life, not just some BS on the internet. Like, they didn't have a great dad. Their mother, they don't have great living conditions. So the person was suicidal. So when I see people threatening suicide just because they're upset that they're they are losing this fight because they made stuff up and they brought this on themselves, this is pathetic.
And also,
it's disgusting to see people threaten suicide when the problem was them. When they're the person that was lying on the internet, they messed up, they won't own their mistakes, and will just threaten suicide as an easy way out.
Yeah, same with me. I remember I had to stop someone in a call, and I had to hear the 44 Magnum hit the other side of the room. It's like...
Yeah, like, when you're talking to people that have legit dealt with people that have had extreme suicidal thoughts because they had real problems that were out of their control, this crap is disgusting. To see someone say, "Oh, I'm going to kill myself because I don't like arguing with people on the internet, even though they're right and I'm wrong."
Alright, next one. Oh, hello, Pat Rex.
Oh, what?
Pat Rex.
Oh, Pat Rex, thank you for joining. I talked about you earlier.
Ooh.
Thank you for joining. Oh, boy. Yeah, Pat Rex is, word of warning. Pat Rex is not a fan of Nick the Awesome.
Oh, Pat Rex, I hear about you.
Join the club, Pat Rex. No one likes Nick.
Pat Rex, you are a no BS person.
Yeah.
Can I have your number?
Yes. Oh boy, but yeah, like I said earlier, Pat Rex is the person that doesn't put up with people's crap. That's usually why I get some pretty amazing responses on my Twitter.
Stop talking behind my back.
Stop. Wait, you did stop talking behind my back? It's recorded. It's recorded, sir. It's not behind your back. If you want to go back and look, smirk, sure. Oh boy.
Oh, you just a spoonful of shit.
Oh boy, yeah, but Pat Rex is a great guy.
Alright, next. Anyway, now for this giant thing that you said, and then the little stuff. You tend to just...
Dude, I write a lot. I love Hamilton, so people like to make the reference me to Alexander Hamilton, and it's true. 140 characters is not enough.
I'm pretty surprised you're not a Twitter RPer because of this.
Boy. Well, I don't dude, RP is not something to me, RP is not something I recommend doing over the internet, like, in a public domain. But regardless, moving on.
Yeah, that's for another time.
So Nick is, so Nick tries to blame me for Romance being upset because I called her out for lying publicly on the internet, for supporting art theft, and getting mad at the group because the group was, again, promoting art theft, as well as the fact that I'm still miffed at the fact that the group exists because there has been no evidence to show that the group was not made out of spite. Like, all that I know is that the group was made immediately, like, shortly after Romance left, and it had literally, like, the same goals.
And at least the group that we were in was made just to feel like a better space. It was made to
do things. The only issue is that motivations were low, as well as the fact that it was hard to keep in touch with people.
Yeah.
But anyway, this group's got their issue is the fact that they support lying on the internet. And it was funny, in my video that I mentioned, Advice for Underground Rift, when it was still called the Underground Rift, I was talking about their rules. One of their rules is controversy. They don't allow controversy, and if you're controversial,
I clicked the next one.
But yeah, the foundations were terrible. But anyway, so which one are you on?
The new one about you want to know why I hate the brony community?
Oh yeah, and I go, an issue with Nick is he always like rambles and doesn't answer my questions nor stick to a conversation. So we were
ramble
talking
too.
about romance writer. Then he's talking about why he hates the brony community. Then he's talking about the underground rift again, and it's just like and again he says he's done with the fandom. And then I made a kind of a snarky remark because that will fix everything, I'm sure. And he goes, says the guy who watches FNGR. I'm on the 6th screenshot of Nick failing to argue.
Where is it? Oh, what?
Yeah. Says the guy who likes FNGR. And I literally say, this is relevant how? And then he talks about how he like FNGR. Like, just because I like FNGR, I mean, well, I don't like him as much anymore, but just because I watch FNGR's content doesn't devalue anything that I've said. It doesn't debunk what I've said. I literally talk about how he keeps changing topics, and it's not my fault that the underground realm supported art theft. It's not my fault that romance built it with such terrible like foundations, but he keeps freaking like yelling at me all about all these things, and he goes because he wants you not, and he talks about with FNGR because he wants you not to see the truth. And again, how is this relevant?
Also,
Nick, buddy.
the thing is, you want to know something funny? Not once have I heard from FNGR making a video about any of this situation at all. So,
well, that's because it's too small. This is why we have people like Angel Heart, people that like Angel Heart's a smaller YouTuber. So you
I clicked to the next one.
Stuff. Okay, here, let me click
something about my GF and says it's garbage.
Okay. Oh, yes, and that's the why I pointed out the tweet earlier. It was my brother who, and he admitted it in the chat. Heath Bennell is in here. It was a while back. I made fun of romances art. You gotta scroll up a bit in the chat. But like, my brother made the tweet, and he admits he made the tweet. I didn't insult her art. I just linked romance to it so she could see it, and so he goes, yeah, so. Yeah, well, says a guy who goes after my girlfriend's art and says it's garbage. You stay away from her or suffer the consequences. That is the most hilarious empty threat I have ever received, because he can't do anything. As well as the fact that I don't really like bugging romance. I really don't. The issue is when she publicly insults my friends and makes up lies about my friends, I'm gonna go run right back to her, slap her in the face, and show her all the evidence.
No slapping people in the face.
Oh well, I can't actually do it. I'm an American and she's over in Europe. I can't physically do it, but metaphorically, I will slap her in the face with evidence debunking her lies, and then she gets mad at me for wanting the truth, and Nick gets mad at me for wanting the truth.
So I'm guessing after you said, "Hey, want to explain yourself?" you were blocked.
Oh yeah, did you go that? Yeah. So basically, he, if you go back one, he says, yeah, say that to the screenshots. He never provides me screenshots because he knows he's wrong. Then he says, just let me get some time to think. Okay, that's fine, but I feel like sharing screenshots don't require a lot of thought. And he just says K.
Pax Willie.
And then, yeah, and then today, it was today. Today I sent him the message about why he blocked me on DeviantArt, and it doesn't say I'm blocked on Skype, but I don't know how to check for that. All I know is that he's not responding, so I'm going to assume I'm blocked on Skype.
No, it would say that this user has blocked you.
Okay, I don't think it says that, but you know, I feel like it's pretty safe to say that Nick is like had it up. Is pretty much done with me debunking his lies, as well as romance and aiding Amethyst. I'm gonna assume that's how you say it, but aiding Amethyst. Like, aiding Amethyst has blocked me from Twitter. Romance has blocked me from DA and Twitter. The Underground Realm hasn't blocked me, probably because it would reflect poorly on the group. And Nick the Awesome blocked me on DA, even though I made a tweet that was not insulting him at all. I was just talking about his tweet. In no way did I insult him or try to threaten him, and he just blows up in my face and blocks me, so...
Yep, and...
Moral of the story,
yeah.
If you're going to block people, have a reason, because you're going to feel real stupid when they find out you blocked them, and you don't have a reason.
Yeah, and Pat Wax Willie...
Oh boy, yeah, but yeah, but the issue with that is that it's not. They can't hear us. It's a thing on Twitter. Like, it's literally 2 names. The issue is not them mixing us up. The issue is their inability to read.
Would you like to know what's funny?
Sure.
She follows me.
Romance writer?
Even though I've been agreeing with you.
Well, romance writer. I think we can admit. I think we all know at this point that romance writer does not make the smartest decisions. I feel like that's been established at this point. Like, and if you don't think, and if you think romance writer makes smart decisions, check out my channel. I have plenty of I've got a couple videos explaining that romance writer is not the kind of person that thinks twice.
Yeah, and it's kind of weird just seeing all this happening. Is that
yeah,
from a small group, I didn't know there would be just this much drama.
Yeah, but like the issue with like all the drama is that the group was doing fine, really, until Red Chaos got kicked out because he was flirting with minors, sir. And this was literally like within the same month, Toon Critic got ousted from the fandom. So like when we found out this about Red, I'm collecting all the evidence as possible, and we are freaking out, and then we're kicking this sucker out. And then Red Chaos, basically. Everyone's been copying Red Chaos's strategy, which is once they get called out for being a terrible person, they try to lie on the internet and harass people, and yeah. It blows up. It blew up in Red Chaos's face. It blew up in Romance's face.
Or she's bipolar.
Yeah,
that's what Pat is saying. But,
I don't know what's up, Romance. She's just up and down.
And here's the funny thing: Red Chaos also follows me.
Yeah, that's because Red Chaos, shoot. Like, I think Red Chaos still follows me. I stopped following Red Chaos because I have another way of monitoring his stuff. I don't subscribe to his YouTube because I'm not feeding him subs. But like feed me instead. Oh boy. Yeah, but I have been tracking like Red Chaos's tweets, and he's like, whenever I try to cast down on the Underground Realm for being stupid or Romance Writer for being stupid, a lot of times Red Chaos would like agree with me, and he basically just tries to suck up to me whenever he can, and it's really sad. Like, no offense to Red Chaos, well actually all the offense to Red Chaos, stop being a suck up, stand up for yourself, and don't be stupid.
This is what we've been happening with Rio Santiago.
Huh?
Used to be one of FNGR's lapdogs.
Yeah,
He used to be one of the lapdogs, and then him and FNGR actually were in DMs on Twitter, and
oh wait, it was Ryu?
Yes.
Was Ryu?
Yes.
Oh, I no offense. I think Ryu's in this Discord. No offense to Ryu, but
no,
yeah,
he's not.
I saw like.
No, he's not because of Step and others. Because Step and others hate him. Chaos Amada is fine with him, but the rest just hate him because of how annoying he is.
I don't like Ryu because he used to be like such an FNGR suck up, and I didn't enjoy like if you're gonna tackle drama at all, don't be a suck up, because when you suck up to people, you're gonna feel real stupid when they mess up.
Yeah, it's just very weird that everyone's just a suck up.
Yeah, don't be a suck up. Stand up for yourself. Get evidence. Like, moral of the story: stand up for yourself if you know what you're doing. If you know you're in the right. Don't take people's crap. Use evidence or logic to debunk people's lies or illogical arguments. And if you mess up, admit that you're wrong, apologize, and just admit you're wrong, apologize, promise not to do it again, and boom, so many more problems could have been solved if people would just act like adults, stop trying to lie about stuff to get back at people. Because like with this, Romance has tried lying on the internet, aiming at I'm just gonna say Amethyst. Amethyst has tried lying on the internet. Both of those blew up in their faces. It is not a good strategy. It didn't take me a lot of effort to debunk Romance's and Amethyst's lies. Amethyst's lies could be debunked just by scrolling through her Twitter. Romance's lies could be debunked if you just hang out with Romance long enough, or you're like me and just know the rules of your own group.
Yeah, it just... And this is the second time I had to do something like this. Of showing off and having people to speak out because of drama that they've been in. The first one was with Napalm, if you remember.
Yeah. The Napalm stream was really good because what happened with Napalm, he got screwed over because FNGR wasn't paying attention, and he didn't value. Yeah. He valued a sad child over evidence. Now I understand being sympathetic to and she's not a child, she was age of consent, but you don't, just because someone sounds sad doesn't mean they're right. That doesn't make them a reliable source. Napalm had recorded messages, screenshots, all that stuff. And when he presented it, all got brushed to the side because...
And the only problem with the stream was people were hearing my fan, so I'm roasting in here in a stream without the fan on.
I have a fan in the hallway, but even I was planning on turning it off and not using it because I didn't want the background noise.
Yeah, that's what's the only thing that I had a complaint from only one person because they thought they were hearing static or a fan.
Yeah, that was me. That was me!
No, that was Vita.
Vita? I don't remember Vita commenting. I remember commenting on that stream.
Chaos did it.
Okay,
Chaos showed it to Vita, and then that was the problem because of my fan. So, as long as I can, I will not have the fan on, even if I'm roasting.
Yeah. But yeah, again, overall, I'm trying my best to turn this into a learning experience. And just a reminder, for those of people that joined recently, all of the screenshots we used and talked about are linked in the video, so you guys can look at them yourselves, because all of them are public except the Nick DMs with Nick. And if Nick gets upset with that, that's totally fine, because I will admit that's me just being kind of an asshole for leaking that information. But I thought it was valuable because people should know that Nick lies and doesn't do his research. Also makes empty threats and threatens suicide when he's feeling sad.
Yeah, and dang, it's more hotter than the gym.
Yeah. Cool. But let's see then. I guess ending thoughts, to wrap this thing up as best I can, the issues that I've had in the past and recently on Twitter is the fact that people will come to me, complain. I will either make a tweet because I'm mad at someone, and you know what? It's Twitter. As long as I'm not cyberbullying or harassing people, I think I'm going to be okay. And in fact, in most regards, I believe I try to be very kind as best I can. But some people really get under my skin, mainly romance and people associated with romance, because I'm so done with dealing with those kinds of people. But if you're going and if you try to lie publicly on the internet, it will not work. And because especially if it refers to anything close to me, like my friends or the group I help run, or just things that I support, I will be more than happy to run over there, speak my opinion with facts, evidence, and or logic, because making up lies are easy to make up, especially when people don't use evidence. So when someone comes in with evidence to debunk your lies, you're already done. Give up.
Yeah, and Jessica, just look over with. Yeah, you'll be able to watch this again. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I won't delete this unless it's a stream.
We're not the people that delete stuff to try to cover things up. We own up to our actions here.
Yeah, and it's just weird that I have to do this again. Is that most of the streams that I'm talking about is just drama. One time I tried to do a regular stream, but my co-host was either high or drunk.
Well, if you want maybe a more tame podcast, I can try to join. But
yeah, that'll be nice. And the thing I'm thinking is, because this is my server and he has his server, and his server already has his podcast already inside of there, and this is just a backup place for his podcast. But I want to try to figure out how to turn this place, instead of his podcast here, he'll have his podcast there, and I can turn this part of the place into my own.
Aren't you the owner of the Discord though?
Yes, I'm the owner.
Yeah, so I feel like you could easily flip, because if you're talking about Step, is it?
No, not Step. Chaos Amada.
Chaos. Okay, yeah.
Because he's the owner of the Cock Cast.
Oh god.
And it's CAHQ. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, shoot. Sort of rambling here. I'm just trying to think, like, if there's any questions, by all means. But I'm not sure. I feel like too many people either left or got here late.
Yeah.
But, and again, all of the screenshots and stuff are linked. And if you want to contact me later about those screenshots, by all means, or you can just look them up yourselves, because I do know that I didn't, like, with aiming at Amethyst, they sent me multiple tweets per one of my tweet, not just like a long chain, but like multiple, and start different chains, and it was really annoying. You can check this out on my Twitter, so long as Aiming Amethyst doesn't have you blocked. If Aiming Amethyst has you blocked for whatever reason, you can get in touch with me, and I will, if anyone needs it, I will take time out of my day to get those screenshots for you.
Yeah, I linked your Twitter and your YouTube channel in the description as well.
Yeah, thank you. And like, yeah. So like, and if you like drama content, oh gosh, I have kind of drama-ish videos more recently on my channel, and I've been taking a break from them because I only make the videos when I think I have to, because I don't want to be a drama channel, because the issue with drama channels is after you do something like that's after you solve an issue, there's always a debate of whether or not they're going to keep hunting for content or try to help people. And I'm going to I'm going to try to do my best to just intervene when I deem it necessary, because I don't want to, I'm not doing it because of the views. I'm not doing it because of the subscribers that I somehow always get from those videos. I'm just doing it because if someone's like lying on the internet or causing issues, I will step in if I have somewhat of the right to do so.
Yeah, and also, if I can remember, is that with me, I talk about drama, but what you can see with today and with the napalm thing, I was trying to solve what's been going on. Yeah,
you've been doing a great job. You just do a stream when, like, you want to chat with someone, and that's totally cool. I have great respect for that, because you're not, like, you're not hounding people down for, like, information. Like, you'll poke Vita on Twitter or FNGR or, other people on the internet, like, saying, what's the deal with this stuff? And that's totally fine. But you're not like, tell me the juicy content so I can make a video on it.
Nah, it's just that, if I remember, we were trying to watch the newest How Not to Brony 91 with Step on his channel, but we couldn't even last 2 minutes of it because of how vague and boring it was.
Yeah. And nowadays, I'm really just not. I don't like FNGR because, like,
his newest video, he's trying to debunk Vita's video by showing how it's doctors saying that the DSM-5 is a bunch of horse. Yeah, like, he's using a legit professional use document. And, like, again, he's just reading it. He's not saying that his word has value. He's saying the book has value. The book made by doctors to determine mental illnesses, used by professionals on the daily. He's just reading. That's all he's doing. He's reading and making his own connections. If you disagree with that, you disagree with that. But, like, and, like, another thing with FNGR is the fact that, like, seeing the stream that he did, the video he did with Napalm, like, that just proves that FNGR is just sidesteps and doesn't value real information, because he totally ignored the screenshots he was giving him. He didn't care. He was making jokes about freaking pork chops rather than trying to address and his other excuse of saying you're just boring.
Kichi FIM was doing a better job than FNGR in that stream. She was trying to help, at least a bit.
It wasn't a stream, it was a recording of a Skype call.
Sorry.
Yeah, and also, if I remember, another thing is just always saying that you're boring, Napalm. You're boring. It's just like, you have very boring.
Yeah, that's like going to court when you don't want to go to court. Yeah, court's boring, but it's kind of important. If someone's reading off to you, freaking the Bill of Rights, because it's important. The Bill of Rights is not exciting for a lot of people, but the Bill of Rights is really important.
You want to know something funny? I keep it by FNGR and some of the other people. The only thing with me is that they make fun of me because I sound like Red Cord.
Huh. I've actually talked with Ravenmad, Red Cord's brother, and Red Cord and Ravenmad sound very similar. I guess you sound a bit similar.
No, they're making fun of it because of my lisp, because they're saying that I sound like that person.
Yeah, but again, that's and that's what bugs me with the FNGR's crew. Like, now I'm trash talking FNGR, but this isn't gonna stop me from watching his videos, because as long as he's making stuff, he still usually points out a lot of good information. He's just more recently hasn't been doing a great job with
very low testosterone as a.
But yeah, it's just like FNGR has the issue of like not focusing on problems. And you know what? This kind of makes sense with my thing. Aiming Amethyst would kept calling me a bad person, and I would say, how is debunking lies a bad person? And like one of the funniest things they said was they were mad at me because I didn't drop it, even though they were the person sending me like 10 tweets that day. They're like, "Oh, you need to move on." It goes, "I'm not. I did move on. I'm living in the present. Romance blocked me because she hates me, not because I'm wrong, not because I'm harassing her or bullying her. I'm one of the people that disagree with her and prove her wrong, and she was fed up with it." Like, and again, when having arguments online, have evidence, understand the situation. If you don't understand the situation and you're not going to take time out of your day to figure things out, then you just walk away. You turn around and you walk away, because you ain't gonna help anyone by vocalizing your uneducated opinion.
You know what? It's like, if I remember in the current stream that Anthony did, he took like 1,200 milligrams of some type of painkiller called Cormet, and he's now dating the person whose friends threatened to dox me and Vita.
Yeah, it's just like,
it's all because that she shot. And the thing is that Napalm is that he's dating a yak who has a childish voice.
Oof. I don't know enough details about that, but like, I do know with the Napalm stream yesterday, like, it was just like, it was really BS what this girl was trying to get by with, as well as the fact that, like, again, she didn't show any screenshots. She just showed up, talked a bit, sounded really sad and pathetic, and everyone believed her except Napalm, because Napalm had evidence. He had screenshots. He freaking was the person dating her, and Deckard Spade, I think was the boyfriend at the time of that recording.
Yep. And as
Deckard Spade, like, I understand, you know, she was your girlfriend, and when you're dating someone, you try to respect someone. But when someone makes claims about your girlfriend doing these kinds of things, it makes you wonder. Like, I mean, we don't need to go all this doesn't need to turn into Shakespeare's Othello up in here. And we don't need to like hound people down for like stuff like that, cheating and whatnot. But like, if someone's gonna make these accusations, and I would listen to what they have to say, as well as the evidence that they have to provide. Well, your girlfriend has no evidence whatsoever to back anything that she... Well, yeah, now X. Like, and yeah, now X. So clearly, Deckard, buddy, that was worth it.
And remember that I said is that I'm willing to have him on with Napalm.
Oh, dude, that would be great if Deckard and Napalm could talk about it, because Deckard's now got... I think hopefully Deckard's wizened up a bit, and like I'm trash talking them now. But Deckard, if you pop up on the stream one day and listen to Napalm and Napalm's actual evidence, then I'll be chill. And if you still think the way you think after seeing the evidence, I would be more okay with that, because at least you acknowledge the other side. Something that 90% of the internet will not do.
Yeah, there's just one person. It's just that this person's only one thing of making fun of me of is that I said I'm not that kind of retarded in like a very like Down syndrome voice.
Yeah, like you made a funny joke and then you never hit the end of it, because instead of making real arguments, they're gonna just and this relates to Nick the Awesome. Instead of making a real argument, he says that watching FNGR is bad. Like, what even? That's like saying if you watch a Lily Pete video, you're automatically, the worst person on the planet. Like, that's not how it works. if you watched a speech by, like some fascist, that doesn't make you instantly a fascist and evil. It's not how it works. It's called getting evidence.
Don't pull a performance major right there.
Oh crap! I swear I only watched one speech for history class. Instantly ousted. Lazerhawk chased off the internet. Fascist confirmed. Blonde hair, blue eyes confirmed.
No, to everyone in the stream, I've seen his face and stuff. He looks like Glass Reflections, the anime reviewer.
It's actually hilarious. If it weren't for me being bi and having long hair, I am like premium Nazi material. Blonde hair, blue eyes, white skin, raised, Roman Catholic, which I think is okay for fascists, I don't know. But, like, raised Roman Catholic, like, dude, I was born premium Nazi material.
Even so, I would try to get him.
Oh, dang. Dude, oh boy, gonna sidestep that. But anyway, like...
Let's see if people take that out of context of me wanting to date you then.
Oh boy, dude. Yeah, if my girlfriend sees this, she's gonna come at me with some questions like, "Hey, Laser."
It's all cool, Laser's girlfriend. I'm just joking around with your Nazi boyfriend.
Oh, dude, Ooh, we don't need to go there. But, man. Anyway,
that's spicy.
Watch the stream get taken down because we mentioned fascists, and YouTube is gonna kill us.
Hey, H8. We're talking about something that happened. You can rewatch the stream.
It's now turned into rambling, despite none of us having a drink yet.
Yes, and also, if you can recall, H8, if you want to come into my place, just DM me. I can bring you into my server. Unless someone hates you, then I'll get out my beating stick to try to convince them.
It's how we beat in the new recruits.
No, that's where the dungeon comes in.
Oh dear. I haven't been there yet. It's like, oh, this is the demo run. See the dungeon real soon. Oh boy.
No, never mind. Oh god.
Boy. Anyway, dude, it's gonna be hilarious. All these things that we said, like, man, if YouTube, it's gonna be great if YouTube doesn't take this down. But I can kind of foresee them taking it down.
I'm small enough.
They're small enough not to care.
Yep, and I haven't even reached 100 subscribers. I haven't even reached 60.
Yeah, dude, I haven't reached 100 subs yet, and I've been doing this for nearly 2 years. On the 14th will be the second year since I posted my first video on my personal channel. So, let's see, that's literally 2 days. 2 days I have been doing my personal channel for 2 years.
Tomorrow we're going to have the most unluckiest thing ever that happened, probably.
Oh, we're gaining subscribers? Oh no.
No, I mean Friday the 13th.
What? Oh wait! Ah, crap. Everyone duck and cover.
I guess I not. Yep. But if there's nothing else to say, I would like to thank everyone from coming from talk about drama now to a ramble. But hey,
sorry about the rambling. That's
hey, go follow Lazerhawk on Twitter and YouTube, and also Lasers people do the same thing with me. It's part of the job, people. And to anyone else, no matter how big or small, that wants to discuss something about me that they know, drama-related, if they want to clear something up or something like that, like Lazerhawk just did, feel free to just contact me. I am...
Yeah, Darkus is the man. He's good.
Hey, this is what you call doing a stream that makes sense.
It makes as much sense as possible, being that I'm here.
Yes, and at least I'm not high like FNGR was yesterday.
Yeah, but oh man, all right. Thank you for letting me talk. And again, just a reminder: all the screenshots we used are linked below. If you want to talk to me about them, you can message me on Twitter. I have it open, so anyone can send me a message on Twitter request, and I can chat with you. Also, if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's mainly me complaining about stuff, and quite a few times it's drama. So if that's something you're interested in, then the Twitter's there. The YouTube, who knows when I'll make content again?
I have a good project happening soon.
All right. I'm talking with people right now. I've got some stuff I'm working on. It's right now me trying to see if my laptop can stream Call of Duty, because I have some friends that want to play that.
Yeah, because you keep showing people who play Call of Duty on Twitter.
Yeah, I know, because they just started their things up again. I'm having a great time with them again. Old friends from a while back in YouTube. So like we're starting to do stuff like that again. So I'm going to see if I can potentially try to stream with them in the future, as well as the fact that I need to surpass depression and anxiety, because my God, has that been a pain to deal with these past couple of days.
You have no idea for me either, because if I remember, I went for a mental breakdown a few days ago because of all that being over jambalaya of being threatened to be doxxed just because I was liking a few tweets.
I know, I feel you, man. Like all this stuff, all this drama stuff. Like
even Shelly D was having sympathy or whatever for me.
Yeah, like
I mean,
all of this drama stuff. It like as well as we try to handle it, it still gets to you. It still gets you.
Yeah, it still gets me, and I hope someday I do get the live stream with Shelly sometime. So if there's anything that he wants to discuss about, I will be happy to. But anyways, I'll be seeing everyone later. I might be working on my project still. Maybe I'm lazy and it's hot in here.
Yeah, turn that fan back on with stream ends.
Alright, I'll be seeing everyone later. Peace.